to stop those who are profiting from the wealth of that great nation and hiding it here.
So guys, is the United Kingdom planning to expose the Nigerian looters? Is the United Kingdom about to rescue the future of the Nigerian youths? You need to watch this video for yourself. Honestly, watching this video will make you to weep for this nation. Take a look.
Now, some people will remember when General Gowon left Nigeria with half the central bank, so it is said, to stop those who are profiting from the wealth of that great nation and hiding it here. Now, some people will remember when General Gowon left Nigeria with half the central bank, so it is said, and moved to London. We know that today, even now, in this great city of ours, there are, sadly, some people who have taken from the Nigerian people and hidden their ill-gotten gains here. We know that our banks, sadly, have been used for that profit and for that illegal transfer of assets. And that means that the UK is in an almost unique position in being able to actually do something to really exert pressure on those who have robbed Nigerian people. Now, this puts a particular onus on the Minister, and I know my right honourable friend knows it, that using Magnitsky sanctions today isn't just about protecting Nigeria, although it is. It's not just about respecting Nigerian young people who have been robbed and murdered by these SARS units. It's actually about protecting the United Kingdom, because what happens in Nigeria matters fundamentally to us here. This is the third country of the Commonwealth. This is a country of 200 million people. It is going to be the great economic powerhouse of Africa and one of the great economic powerhouses of the world. This is a country whose wealth, not just in the oil off the river state, but in the imagination and creativity of its people, is witnessed every day in Nollywood, and perhaps more my style, at the great University of Jos. This is a country that gives so much to the world already, despite the fact that it is ill-governed, brutalized and robbed. Just imagine.
You have seen it for yourself. The question remains, even if our loots are returned to us, do we have capable hands to manage this money? We also saw what happened during the days of Buhari. So many Abacha loots were returned to this country. But today we can't point to one thing that those loots were used for. Rather, we saw more borrowing under the leadership of Buhari, and also the Tinubu's government that said they are going to continue from where Buhari stopped. They've also come in to start borrowing. You need to go and Google to see how much Nigeria is owing internally and externally. You need to see our debt profile and you will weep for this country. Apart from this, also, the West has woken up to, lambast Africans who will always come out to say that, that the West stole our artifacts, that they stole our treasury. They've come out to say they didn't steal anything from us. Rather, our leaders were the ones that sold all these things to them. They never took it without paying. So we have corrupt leaders who do not care for the well-being of the people. Take a look.
If you've been on TikTok for a while, you must have heard about a ton of Africans telling you that Europeans stole Africa's resources. Now, there's a lot to say about that. First and foremost, most of these resources are still in Africa, and they're not being stolen by Europeans. They're actually being sold to Europeans by the African state leadership. Your own elites are robbing you. It's not us doing it. Not anymore. The real issue, of course, is why aren't Africans using their own resources to do things? Why does Mr. Beast have to go to Kenya to build water wells? Why didn't the Kenyan government do it themselves? I suppose the Kenyan government could have done it themselves. They just chose not to do it. Nigeria is now a country of almost 220 million people, the largest country in Africa. But they only produce about 10% of the electricity that a small country like Hungary. Hungary only has 10 million people, but they produce 10 times as much electricity as Nigeria does. I mean, I know you want to have your Wakanda, right? But do you expect white people to give it to you? No, you're supposed to build it yourself. Having said all this, it is of course obvious that we Europeans in the North need to prepare for a possible, potential African rise in terms of technology and therefore also in terms of military capacity. And that means we in Europe need to already start looking ahead and thinking ahead about how we are going to win the war against Africa, because there will be a future war between Europe and Africa.
They've come out to say that the European didn't steal anything from Africans. It was the African leaders that sold some of our treasures to them. So there is no point shifting blame on the West. If you don't know, they've also condemned Mr. Beast being the one to come and build houses and boreholes for, the poor in places like Kenya. That it is because of the poor leadership in Africa. That is why the African leaders are not standing up for their people. Nigerians, what else can be more messy than this? So guys, you have seen it for yourself. The West has seen that African leaders are not patriotic leaders. I mean, they are not there for their people. They are there for their own interests. And like you've seen it, honestly, you can see that everybody is now waking up to say that African leaders have not done well for the African populace, especially for the youth, despite having creative and very smart young men and women, especially in places like Nigeria, where we have very creative people. But because of poor leadership, you find out that the creativity, the talents in Nigerians are dying with them.
Una know say we don't dey protest. You don't take where we don't dey protest. But yet, nothing change. We don't see any positive things. Nothing change. We just dey protest. Nothing change. Nigeria still remain the same way. As in, it not even remain the same way. Say, even getting worse. Getting bad herself. So wetin me I see about protest now be say, if I say all of us feel unite, feel cooperate, wallahi more turn out to war. More enter also rock. All this house of assembly, all these their places where all of them they go hide themselves. Maybe say soldiers say, make soldiers say join us, police join us, all these air force, navy, make everybody join us. If I say that cooperation go there, I swear the eye go correct. Now because they get back up now. If I say that their backup no day, all these our leaders. If I say they no get back up, they don't go. This thing for now they continue like this. If I say all these soldiers where they guide them, all these mopu, all these bouncers where they carry people. So I say all of them say join hands with civilians, with all of everybody join hands together. We can't face them. What you call remain again? They go change. They go even beg for their lives. They go even beg. This hardship like this go stop. Wallahi. Now me they talk am. Make everybody unite, both soldier, both police. All of us unite. No more peaceful protest again now. Because peaceful protest no dey work. Yes. Peaceful protest, you know they work. More turn out to war, no man, more enter so war, scatter everywhere. More shook, waiting no good. More no just kill, but more shook. If you don't carry knife, dagger, shook one senator for like this, yeah, go correct. Now they collect 500 million naira. For waiting. Exactly. For what exactly? Nigeria stay there with the suffer. Only the wire us. Again, now wait to go happen with that. No more peaceful protest. We don't need that. We don't need peaceful protest. We don't need peace because we don't even get the peace. We don't get peace. So I want to do that peaceful protest. Where the peace there? Tinubu give us peace. So we won't go protest now. We can't do peaceful protest. Like. You know, come in peace. We go scatter everywhere. Again, what be here in Kosejo?
So guys, you have seen it for yourself. What these people are saying is the reality on ground. Tell me what Africa lacks. Africa has everything to make Africa even a more greater place than the Western world. But because of the docility of our leaders, they are not creative. Some of them are old, they are sick, they don't want to leave office, they are weak. They will come and vie for positions like presidency, and they will use bribery and corruption to wangle their way through and all that. These are the challenges we have. And when they come in, they don't have any clue on how to manage the affairs of the nation. Let me know what you think about this video in the comment section below. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell. Thank you. Let me know what you think about this in the comment section below. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell. Thank you. So guys, is the United Kingdom trying to expose the Nigerian looters? Is the United Kingdom about to rescue the future of the Nigerian youths? So guys, you need to watch this video on Nigerian looters. You really need to watch this video. Take a look.